everybody, welcome along to today, Thursday's live video. It is the 21st of January and today we are going to be doing some drawing. So I hope you've got your pencil, your paper and your pen because we're going to be doing a few little drawing tutorials that I think kids will like as well, and adults or grown-ups can definitely draw and then have kids colour in. Although to be fair, just let a kid loose with a pencil. They'll show you exactly what you're doing wrong. Hi Hills, welcome along everyone. Hi, lovely to have you here. Hi Marksana. Hi Monica. Hi Lynn, lovely to see you all here. And Amy. Right, you lovely lot. We are going to be doing this drawing. I have got some A4 paper and I'm going to be using my Staedtler clicky pencil and my usual fine liner. But to be honest, just use whatever you've got kicking about. If you've only got white copy paper, totally fine. That's what my kids draw on at home, just like the cheap stuff from Tesco. Sometimes they write on, like, just draw on the back of like letters that have come in. An any old pencil and like a felt tip pen if you've got one. It doesn't really need to be a fancy fine liner. Right, let's flip this camera and just, oh yeah, I'll flip it and then I'll show you what we're gonna draw. Okay. Right, so we're going to be drawing some sweet treats, a little bit like this page in my new book. Can I zoom away? I'm zoomed out, which is Worlds of Wonder. So there you see some nice little bits and pieces. Oh, Catherine says, love your shirt. Thank you. I drew it myself. So this is the book and this is the bit of the inspiration for the page. As you can see, some lovely little things on there. That's going to get you all hungry. I must have been hungry the day that I drew that. Do you want to have a sneak peek at what's on the other page? It's this one. That's quite a nice little double page spread, isn't it? Right, so we're not doing colouring, we're doing drawing. So I'm going to pop this up here. If you like the look of that page and you would like to colour it in, you'll need to pre-order your book, which is on my website. I said that like the mum out of a popular TV programme. I'm not gonna, a funny one. It's on my website. Right, let's start off with some drawing. Let me just draw some guidelines so that I try and stay roughly in frame for you. There we go. So, first off, let's do a nice little ice lolly. So I'm going to do a bit of a, sort of like a long rainbow shape. And then along like this. And then our wee lolly stick. Now I would call this an ice lolly. I'm really conscious that in Australia a lolly is what we would call like a sweet, like a boiled sweet. So I'm not sure what you would call this. Would it still be a lolly? Not sure. And let's make it the kind that has like some chocolate dripped over it. Like this. Like, try and always have a drip on the edge. I just find that seems to work better. If that's annoying you, because those two are sort of roughly the same drippiness, just change that. And importantly, this line should be bigger than the line of the lolly. Do you know what I mean? So it's like capped like that. And let's do some little sprinkles on there. I'll do round sprinkles on this one. And we're just sketching because we'll add the detail later. We'll do another lolly. Let's just do one lolly. Now we're going to do an ice cream. I'm just going to make this up as I go along. So if it was in a cone, I would draw like a long skinny French fry at a slightly jaunty angle down into the cone shape, and then you would have your, what would do, multi scoop. Why not? When in a pandemic, have a multi scoop. Let's do 3 scoops of ice cream. 1, 2, 3. We'll need a flake with that. And check I'm still in camera. I would like to be able to see comments on the live stream. How do I do that? Oh, my word, I've managed it. Chocolate flake. This is reminding me about, if anyone watched Inky Art School, I was trying to draw a candy cane. Christmas Inky Art School was my live drawing class just before Christmas. And I was trying to draw a candy cane sticking out of a stocking, and it just looked so silly and wrong, and I couldn't work out why, and it was because it was much too thin. And once I made it a bit chunkier, it worked much better. But drawing that little flake there made me think of that. A few little dollops of stuff, sauce. Well, we make these ice creams different flavours, so this one can be all dotty, and also it would kind of squish down a bit more into the cone, wouldn't it? And we'll make this one swirly, and that one can just be plain. And let's do some toppings. I don't know what they are, like little sweets or something on that top scoop, and a little drip of ice cream. Oh, goodness me. My nose just seems to get really tickly when I'm doing a live. No idea why. What else will we do? How about a nice ice cream sundae? I know we've got ice cream there as well, but you can never have too much ice cream. So I'm going to draw the sundae glass first, and it's kind of like a long skinny triangle like this, with a bit of a stand going on here, maybe? Triangle down there. So you could just wing this, it doesn't really matter. Or will we do, let's do it like more elegant. Let's have it on a stemmed sundae glass. So that is the joy of drawing in pencil first. You can make all your tweaks and amendments. Now, this particular sundae is going to have lashings of whipped cream at the top, and they would come over the top of the glass and balloon up at the top here, and I'm going to add a wee cherry. And I think we'll have one of those like curly whirly straw things, like a wafer. Actually, we'll have 2. And then down here, there will definitely be drips of sauce. I'm not going to do any coming down these edges because with them being sloped edges, I just feel I'm going to struggle to make that look realistic. And then I'm going to do some swirls under here to represent maybe like a peach melba ice cream. Popsicle. Popsicle is what you would call, say, okay. Cupcake, Jennifer says. All right, let's give that a go. Oh, and that's me sort of met my quota. I've got to go to the supermarket on the way home and just grab some things for the weekend, and bad idea. Now I'm just going to be wanting to get ice lollies, cake, all those good things. Draw the cupcake cakes first. Then we've got the dome of the cake. And then we'll have the icing. I'm sort of going to just do this like a swooshy slug shape. It's actually like like the Aquafresh toothpaste swirl is how I would describe it. And then put a few more on top, and then like a little swoosh. Let's make the cake a bit fuller out here. And then our case. Oh, just sketching this in now, because when we come to ink it, we can sort all those things out. We'll do something in here. Strawberry. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll make this little top swoosh like that, and then I've got space to draw strawberry. I feel like cupcakes are more icing than cake, aren't they? Mia loves icing. She's got such a sweet tooth. And then I would do sprinkles on that, but we'll do that in ink. That's our sketches. Everyone's like that. Oh, I'm so hungry. I know, me too. Right, those are our wee pencil sketches. Now, I drew this on my layout paper, so it's thin enough that I could take this sheet out and put it beneath this sheet on top. If you're drawing on like regular copy paper, just ink over the top of your pencil lines, because you probably won't be able to trace like this. Let me just check that we're in shot still. Might zoom in a wee touch. Oh. There we go. Right, I've grabbed my pen. Usually, this is a 0.3 fine liner. I usually prefer a 0.2. I'm going to stick with what I like. The 0.2 is my favourite width, and I'm going to ink left to right because I am right-handed. And what I do is I just go over those lines and fill them all in, make any tweaks. If you're doing a bigger version, so you have to sort of gauge your pen size by what size of drawing that you're doing. So for this size of drawing, with this level of detail, I know from experience that a 0.2 is well suited. If I was drawing one ice cream or one lolly that was going to popsicle, that was going to fit the entire page, I wouldn't use a 0.2. I would use something far bigger, maybe even like a Sharpie. You just have to scale up your pen, because, you know, like that on a bigger scale is just going to get lost. Do you know what else? I'm going to, we've got sprinkles over here on this cupcake, so I'm going to make the sprinkles on here this sort of long hundreds and thousands kind. So the trick with that is to make sure you have some that are cutting off the edge of the pattern area, otherwise it just looks like a dollop of sprinkles in the centre. So if you have them sort of coming off the edge, it looks more realistic. And we'll do a few wee lines here, and I'm going to add a few little bits of shading there. So that's our lolly. Now I'm going to do ice cream. I'm going to do the sauce first. Apart from that one, I'm going to think about that. It is raining cats and dogs here. It must be like Storm something. Like Storm Sylvia. So for cones, I like to do this little diagonal pattern and make it almost like a wee waffle cone. So all the lines going that way, and then I just do all the lines going this way. Oh, sorry, it was my watch rubbing against my desk. And then we'll do these as little sweeties sticking into the sauce. if you do the sweeties first, the little candies, you can then have the sauce line, you see, connecting them, whereas if you'd drawn the sauce line first and then drawn the sweeties, that sauce line would have run through the sweets. I'm explaining that badly, hopefully that makes sense. Then we draw this coming down here, and our wee bit of sauce, and then our ice creams. I'm going to do pretty wavy lines for this chocolate flake. It's one time that you do well to have a espresso before you start drawing. And I'm also actually gonna, in hindsight, I would have done that all the way, I'm just gonna do it into here so that it's properly smooshed in behind those 2 scoops of ice cream. And then just because it's annoying me, I'm gonna do a little bit of hatching to darken it in. Now, let's do, did we have some pattern? I can't even remember. I'm going to do a few wee dots here, and here, and here, and some sprinkles. See, look, here's what it looks like if you just do sprinkles in the middle of the shape. Now, if you do them so that they sort of crop off the edge as well, I just think it looks so much more realistic. Like that. And there's our little ice cream. I feel like that's missing something, but I can't work out what. Now, we'll do our ice cream sundae. I'm going to start with the whipped cream up here. And then I'll do the sundae glass. If you can, it looks nice if you can make this a double line so that you see the edge of the glass. If that's too tight a detail for you and you feel like it's going to stress you out, don't bother about it. Now let's do our little drips of sauce. And some swirls. So I'm kind of really light with my pressure on the pen just now. So those lines aren't dark and competing with everything else. And then I'm going to do our swirly wafers. I just love these. We found them in a shop near us and they were like those wafers inside with chocolate and that, what is that nutty sweet stuff? Oh, I can't think what it's called. Anyway, oh, delicious. Just don't even need the ice cream, I'll just eat them. I'm going to darken in this line here. Put a few dots. Now, cupcake time. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's light Nutella. I think it's praline. I think you're right, Karen. Not definitely not peanut brittle. It's like a praline filling. Oh, it's just divine. Our little cupcake. So, if you were drawing these with a little person, or if you are a littler person, my top tip would be do one per sheet. Don't try and do 4 little ones like this. Make the scale bigger. It immediately makes it a bit easier and a bit freer. You're not leaned over, peering at it, worried. So make it bigger. Maybe grab a bigger pen, like a Sharpie or a felt tip pen. Kids, if you don't want to do the pencil bit, don't do it. Just grab your pen and start drawing. That's what my kids do. I almost feel like us adults need the pen, need the pencil, because we're all so obsessed with getting things right and making changes, but quite often kids are more than happy just to let rip and go with a pen and freestyle and are quite happy with the outcome. So by all means do that. I'm going to do a wee shady lines here. And these are fab for colouring in because they just lend themselves perfectly to bright colours, to neon, to lots of sparkle. You want to make them look fun and delicious. That wee cake's going to be all dotty under there, I've just decided. I think now it's us. Let me take this out. You can have a wee look. So there you go. I mean, they're quite small. So look, that's the size of my pen underneath them. So they are only just diddy, but you could do one, the whole, to fit the whole size of your page, and then you could colour it in. You could do a whole series of them. Other things you could do would be like jellies, trifles, dough rings, donuts, cakes, gateaus, loads of ideas. But just be warned, it'll make you really, really hungry. There we go. Right. Ah, that was quite quick. Oh, we're all squint again. Aww. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope that gave you some ideas. Will I straighten up that? See, I've noticed now that the phone is squint and we're slightly off. If I try and move it, there's a high chance the phone is going to fall forward and bash off the desk. So, you know, maybe we just go with it. Thank you for watching. Will I ask a few questions? Emily says, I'm so giddy for the new book. Can't wait for you to see it. We will do a flip through soon, I promise. Reading some comments. People say that they love my shirt. Thank you. I made this. So sometimes I just get a textile marker and draw on a t-shirt. I've got a few videos on there that we did last lockdown. Just scroll back through all my videos and I drew like almost like a bib. We could maybe do it again of pattern. This one, I actually designed the pattern. I think it maybe is actually even from World of Flowers. Does this look like something you've coloured in? And a lovely lady, I had it digitally printed, then a lovely lady made me a t-shirt and a dress and a skirt that has pockets, which I love. But thank you, glad you like it. It's better now that we don't have that illustrated background when I was just like properly camouflaged against it. Okay, oh, someone says, please design a range of clothes and shoes. Yeah, the thing with that is you need to find the perfect partner. I can't do it solo. Could you imagine? No. So we'll maybe find somebody. Frida says, I'm saving a brand new box of pencils for the new book. That's so cute. I love that idea that you've squirreled them away and you're gonna save them for the new book. Bless. Milena says, what lead do you use? That's a really good question. So when I'm drawing, I use a B 0.5 and it looks like this. That's all back to front, but that's my favourite lead. I actually like a B or an HB. An H is too hard, it's really scratchy. Anything softer than a B for me is just so smushy and graphite-y and just makes a big old mess. So that's my preference, a B or an HB. And always a 0.5 pencil lead, which fits obviously the 0.5 pencil, which for Statler has a red bit here. I think the 0.2 is yellow, and for my sort of hand pressure, it's too fine, like a 0.2. I just snap. I can barely get through a drawing. So it's important to find the materials that you like. Also, if you're on any of the Facebook groups, or if you've got friends that colour and draw, I think it's a great idea to swap art materials, because if you're having to buy loads of stuff to try it out and find out what does and doesn't work for you, it's just so expensive, particularly if you find something that just doesn't suit you. You're like, what am I going to do with this? Like, I'm quite lucky I tend to be able to find loads of people that I can pass things on to. But yeah, it would be disappointing to invest in a piece of material or art supply and then it's not quite suited to you. So see if there's any swaps to be done. That would be my top tip. Right, whew. Let's see. Oh, jigsaw puzzles. Oh, you're looking at it. This is all the stuff in the background that we've made. Some of it is very, very old. These cups I did ages ago, so long ago. The jigsaw puzzles weren't that long ago, but I think they're all done now. Quite often we do short runs of things, so they're sort of here until they're not, and then they're gone forever. Right. By the way, do you remember the background that we had in the other room for when I was doing the lives? It had like it was like a whiteboard that I'd drawn on with a pen. Not a whiteboard, like literally a board that I'd painted white. Mia was in here with me one day. I think for some reason there was no nursery, or we'd come in here before we picked Evie up from school, and I had to do something. So I was like busy on the computer, and I could hear her in the other room, and she says, and it's all open plan, but there's like a wee gap. And she goes, Mum. I says, yeah. She says, can I colour in this flower? I was like, yeah, sure. I was thinking, what could she possibly reach? Like, I knew it wasn't like any important artwork. I'd given her some of these like new Statler crayons. So I'm working out, and I went through there, and she had coloured in a big chunk of the background, like with this big pink marker crayon. I was like, oh wow, yeah, thanks, that's lovely. Good for you. But really, I mean, I don't know, I should have just paid more attention. Anyway, that's what happens if you leave a 3-year-old roaming wild in a studio full of drawings, bits of paper, and all the art supplies that she could ever imagine. Anyway, I loved it. I was like, somebody said to me, "Are you going to paint over that?" I was like, no, just leave it. It's been me. I'll take a photo and show you it later. Right, okay, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you back here. Not tomorrow. We don't do lives on a Friday. I'll see you back here on Monday, people, and we'll do another 4 days of drawing. I've decided we're going to continue at some point next week with this, because I'm really happy with, it looks quite, the colours look quite different just now. This is the colouring card that we started yesterday, and I'm just really invested in seeing it finished, so we'll do that. Right, thank you ever so much, everyone. I will see you Monday. Have a lovely weekend. Be safe, be kind, have fun, and all those good things. Okay, bye-bye.